Hello guys, welcome back to She's Healing. Oh my god, it's been a while. So today I'm coming to you guys. This is more of like a lax video. This is more freestyling for me. Usually I write down my points. Today I'm just going to talk. Okay, I'm just going to talk. It is later in the evening. My neighbors are home upstairs, so there's going to be maybe a lot of noise in the background. So if it gets too much, I will, message them. But just chill with me, I hope everyone had a good day. And I just want to talk about dating. Okay? So, when you're single, you date different people, right? You need to vet, you need to see who's for you, So one thing I did was I ordered some cards, and they're called, I don't know if someone else might have them. I would say you should get them because they're really good, okay? They're called Perfect Date Night Questions, okay? Tonight's conversation, all right? This is what it looks like, okay? So it comes with like a deck of cards, all right? And it's a lot of cards. So when you have your friend over that you really like, you guys went on dates and you finally want to invite them into your home, or you go to their home, you bring the cards, okay? So you have them over, or they go to your home. You have them over, or you go to their home, all right? So these cards, what I like about these cards is it gets to the nitty gritty, okay? It gets to how would you want to run your household when you're in a marriage. What is your credit score like? Do you want kids? How was your last relationship? So I feel like when you're getting to know, I hear them in the kitchen, so maybe they're preparing for dinner, so I'm not even going to bother them, okay? Just please bear with me, all right? But I'm going to just go through a couple cards so you can see, what questions are good. And if you don't have this, you should still ask this person questions, okay, when you guys go out to dinner, all right? So let's see what questions. This is a great one. If I interviewed your exes, what would they say about you? This. Because what would they say about you? Were you a player? Were you insecure? Were you crazy? Of course they're not going to get into all of that, but it's a good question to ask. It just lets you, they'll probably give you surface things, because once people start venting, you need to listen, okay? When someone when they start talking, they telling you exactly what it is and exactly who they are, okay? All right, what is another one? Okay. Okay. Do you want kids or more kids? If so, how many? Which of your qualities do you feel would make you a great parent? This is really good. Because say if you don't have kids and you're really feeling this guy and you say, do you want kids? Say he already has some or he doesn't. And you say, do you want kids or do you want more kids? And he say, nah, I think I'm done. But you never knew that. You never knew that. Now you know, because of these cards. And even if you don't have these cards, because you're asking the necessary questions when you're dating, okay? You don't want to start catching feelings, and then you think this is your person, your gossip person, and then once you feel like you're already in there, you say, oh well, I don't have to have any kids. No, stick to what you want, okay? But ask the questions early on. What are you looking for? Okay, this person is going to tell you whether or not they're looking for fun or whether or not they want something serious. But at least you know what you're getting yourself into, okay? All right, let's see. Okay, I feel like this. Describe your current relationship with your exes. This for me, I feel like, if you have kids with the ex, I feel like yes, you should have a relationship, a co-parenting relationship, right? But if you don't, I feel like they should know. For me, everyone has their own opinion. I don't feel like there should be a relationship if you guys do not have kids. I feel like it should be cut off. Now, could you guys, if you, no hard feelings, if I see you, I see you, but to constantly like talk to this person or keep a relationship with them, I wouldn't trust it. You know, I'm just saying, someone that you were physically intimate with, someone who you was in love with, someone who you had feelings with, I wouldn't want any parts of that. So if someone tell me, I still talk to my ex, like, you know, yeah, we still talk. Sometimes, you know, like every day if she called me once a week to check in. Okay, why is she checking in? Is she watching you? You watching her? So yeah, ask questions and get the answers, okay? So you can make the decision on if this person is a potential for you, okay? Let's get another one. I should have picked these cards before, but remember I told you that. Remember I told you guys this was just like a freestyle. Oh, I never saw that one. What? Okay. What are your views on monogamy? Would you prefer to live a different lifestyle? That's good too. Because what if your person don't just want to be with you and they feel like they should be able to have someone else on the side? These are questions that you need to ask because everyone is different, okay? And it's better you knowing early than later, okay? This one, okay? Do you want to be in a long-term committed relationship? Now, if I'm asked that question, I would say, yes, I do want to be in a long-term committed relationship. I would say I've been single for some time. I got the chance to work on me. I feel like I'm at a place to give, you know, to love. I've been loving myself and I have so much love I want to love someone else, you know. I don't want to continue. I get bored sometimes. I get lonely sometimes. And right now I just feel like it's time for me to be in a relationship. You know, what else? And if he has more questions, but the question is yes, I'm ready to be in a committed relationship. Now, if you ask this person this question and they say, at some point I do want to be in a committed relationship, but right now I'm trying to get my finances together and get things in order in my life and work on businesses, then you know, don't get in your head that, okay, he's saying he's not ready now, but eventually he'll be ready. You're going to wait for this man to see if he's ready, and then 6 months down the line, once you've been given all of this man relationship, you know, energy and vibes, and he say, well, I told you I wasn't ready for anything serious. So if you know you want something serious, don't go playing with a man who's telling you right now he don't want anything serious. It's easy to say, you know what, if you want to say, if you're not ready right now and you feel like, you know what, well, maybe, okay, if we're not exclusive and we're just dating, then I'm okay with dating him and getting to know someone else, but keep your options open, all right? If you're going to do that. That's just how I feel, okay? I've been out here dating, guys. You can listen to me. I have experience. I have some wisdom, okay? All right. Okay. How would you feel if your significant other stayed in contact with an ex? We already said that. So, okay, this is a great one. This is what my channel is about. You feel me? Who hurt you? What have you done to heal? Who hurt you and what have you done to heal? Whew. Someone hurt each and every one of us. Okay? Whether that was your mother, your father, your ex, your baby daddy, your teacher, your pet. Someone hurt you. Okay? To ask someone this question, who hurt you and what have you done to heal? For me, I would say who hurt me. What have I done to heal? I've acknowledged. I did some soul searching. I forgave that person. I looked at things in a different light. You know, I saw that at that time, maybe this person did that because, and either way, I wish them the best. It wasn't for me. You know, we were supposed to teach each other a lesson, and you know, and God will send me better. So, you know, if a person says, somebody hurt me, but I didn't do anything to heal, I still feel away, then you know that person holds grudges. And, yeah, it might be a little hard to deal with that person. I'm just saying. When people hold grudges, when people don't forgive, they hold that in, you know, and it's not the best. So at least you know who you're dealing with. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect on this earth. But you still, at least, like, again, you know what you're dealing with when you're asking the right questions. I'm going to do 2 more, and then I'm going to just get some messages for us to, you know, check in. Okay, what's the first thing you notice about the opposite sex? That's good. That's a good question to ask, because if I ask a man, you know, what's the first thing you notice about the opposite sex? For me, I wouldn't be too thrown off, because I know that men are visual. You know, men are visual creatures. Like, that's just how they are. Even us. The first thing we're going to see is how a man dress. You know? So, okay. So, ask me this question. What's the first thing you notice about the opposite? Okay, so the first thing I notice about a man is how he dressed, how he walks, his smile, if he smiles, his smell, you know, if he's close enough to me, how he greet me, you know, yeah. So if a man just says to me, is she thick? You feel me? Looking at what she got on. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't take that too serious. I don't know. That for me, I feel like it's going to be visual, because you don't have a conversation. This is at first sight, not at first conversation, right? All right. It's a lot of X questions. I guess that's how you get to know the person. Okay. How important is alone time for you? Could you be in a relationship with someone who is the complete opposite of you when it comes to this? See, this is a good one, because I like my alone time, right? So say if I'm dating someone and I ask him this question, but he wants to always be up under me, I might say, okay, I'm just going to let him know, like, I've been single for some time. So I've been single for some time, you know, so I became a loner. So I'm going to definitely give you time, because I don't want you to feel neglected. I don't want you looking for anything elsewhere. I want to make sure I'm satisfying you. But I also want you to meet me halfway for those days that I might just need extra time, you know, to do my videos, or to just sit down and binge watch my favorite shows, and to eat my ice while I play solitary, you know, like, or go to the park, go to the gym. So, yeah, I feel like it will work. You just have to have compromise, because some people are clingier than others. Some people want to be under you all the time. But it's like, it's okay, babe. We just gotta, it's just communication. In any relationship, communication is key. All right? Ooh. Okay, this is a good one. Do you have children? If so, describe your relationship with your mother or father. So if I'm dealing with a guy, say if I'm getting to know a guy, and ask him this question, and he say, oh, we don't talk, and she's just so nasty, and he start bashing her, I'm gonna start side-eyeing. I am. I hope my cat don't play with this, whatever he has, and knock down my lighting. What you doing? What are you playing with? I would start side-eyeing a man if he told me that if he starts bashing the mother of his child. I would love for a man to tell me, you know, we co-parent. Things were a little rocky, but we do what we need to do for our kids. You know, she's a good mom. And if she isn't a good mom, you know, you don't gotta bash her. Just we do our best. Eventually, if we continue to deal with each other, everything will reveal itself, right? So yeah. I'm gonna do one more. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. What's the last major goal you accomplished? What obstacles do you have to overcome? What obstacles did you have to overcome to do so? So this is you asking this person about their goals, you know, even if they say, oh, I ran a marathon, you know, and I had to get up 5 days a week to prepare. It was 10 miles, and I had to get up at 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. and run before work. That's a huge accomplishment. Or I'm working on my business, and I had to create a business plan, and you know, I opened my first store or something like that. So at least you're saying what this person is. It could be anything, but at least you're saying that this person has goals and this person is consistent. This just shows you that this person, once they put their minds to something, that they'll, you know, it just shows you who you're dealing with, you know, that they'll be an asset and not a liability to your life. You know, they'll benefit you in a way. I just want to do one more. And this is the last one I'm going to do, because this is what I talk about on my channel. But how do you tend to your mental health? How do you tend to your mental health? That for me is a good question to ask someone, okay? If I'm asked that, how do I tend to my mental health? I journal. I meditate. I would know I would know if I need to meditate, if I'm feeling off balance, if I had a long day, if I'm really in my head, if I'm overthinking. I know that I need to sit down in my living room and light a candle, quiet my mind, and do a oh my God, they're loud, and do a guided meditation. I know myself. So I will want to know that my partner is doing the right things to tend to his mental health. Okay, even if that's going for a walk or going to the gym or taking time for yourself, you know, laying down. You want to be lazy for a day. This is making you happy, watching your favorite show. And if he doesn't know, I'm going to tell him, this is something that you should do, you know. But yeah. So yeah, guys, these are something, like I said, even if you don't have these cards, all right, tonight's conversations, perfect date night questions. Even if you don't have these cards, you can Google questions to ask the person that you're dating to get to know them better, okay? So I want to just get some messages for us, all right? And just to check in again, I'm happy that you guys are here to watch me. I hope that you get some, you know, good advice from this video. But yeah, let me get some. I'm gonna do 5 cards, okay? I have 2 minutes and 40 seconds before my oxtails are ready. So, all right. So let me pick these cards. All right. Okay. I said 5. Oh my God, it's like, I love this. I love this. Okay. So our first card is exercise, okay? Love yourself enough to exercise and enjoy the glow of good health. So yes, if you're not exercising, go out there and move your body, guys. Oh my God. When I tell you my knees been cracking, don't laugh at me. So my knees were cracking a lot, and I'm like, okay, maybe that just happened when you turn like 32 or something, because once I hit 32, that's when it started. But because I've been working out, my knees have started, they've been cracking less. So that's good. I mean, I'm building muscles, right? I'm strengthening my body. So there's a saying, a body at rest stays at rest. So let's move our bodies, guys. Exercise. Go to the park, go to the gym, work out in your living room. Okay? Do some stretches and then do some squats, or get 10-pound weights and just, do that, work out. I've been working out 3 times a week. For the past 2 months, I've been consistent every week, guys. 3 times. But I make sure I take off my Monday and then my Friday. And I'll go a Saturday and I'll do like a Wednesday, Thursday, or a Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm very proud of myself, okay? Second card is kindness. Be guided by your heart. Let go of logic and rationality. Be guided by your heart, okay? Treat others with kindness. You never know who needs it. You ever had a rough day, and that person, which is that one person that says, that held the door open for you, or just did something nice, I remember one time I was at Walgreens, and this guy, he was of another race. He could have been Haitian or Jamaican, and he was getting medicine, and he said, how much? And the lady was saying $20-something, and he was like, I don't have that. And I'm like, my soul spoke. Okay, I gotta hurry up. My soul spoke to me, and I paid for the guy's medicine. That was an act of kindness. That was an act of, I know that I was doing a good thing, and I hope one day someone return that to me. Okay? So yes, guys, be kind. You never know. You never know. And it would make you feel better. Okay? It would make you feel good. Next card is soulmate. Okay? The divine, God, your angels, your ancestors, will provide you with love when you are ready. So you have a soulmate in your energy, or a soulmate coming towards you. Okay? But when you're ready, so maybe right now you're going through some changes. Maybe right now you're loving you. Okay? Because when you love on you, I'm telling you guys, when you pour into you and when you love you, that brings in your soulmate. Okay? God sees that you're ready to receive the love that you're putting out, or that you give to yourself. Okay? Change a bad habit. Kill a bad habit. Drinking, overeating, or anything else not serving you. So if you're overeating, if you're emotionally eating, try to stop it. We all have something that we do, It could be on the phone, on Instagram all the time, or on TikTok all the time, or on YouTube. Okay? But yeah, if you're drinking too much, try not to drink too much. Okay? Yeah. So just try to change a bad habit. If you feel like that's a message for you, take it. Alright? And meditate. Quiet the mind and let your soul speak. Didn't I just say? The last card, I don't even know, the last card was, I believe, for tonight's conversation was, how do you tend to your mental health? And meditation. If you guys never try meditation, or you feel like it's not for you, it is what it is. Alright? Meditation has helped me. It has helped me get answers that I needed. Okay? I feel like I connect with God. I feel like because I'm quiet in my mind, I can focus. You just find, we know the answers. We all have intuition. So say if you're going back and forth about something, and you say, I really don't know what I need to do. I really don't know what I want to do. I really don't know. Go sit down. Okay? Go in a quiet space. If you got kids, go in a quiet room. Go in your closet. If you have your house for yourself, go in the living room. Go wherever is your peace, your area of peace. And ask yourself that question. And you're going to get the answer. Or you can even sit there and pray to God and say, God, please, you know, during the night, in my dreams, can you please send me clarity? I'm lost. I don't know. I need your guidance. Okay? So yes, guys, you can try meditate. You can try guided meditation. You can YouTube it, a 20-minute guided meditation, and just see how it goes for you. Make sure you light like a white candle, you know, or a brown candle for grounding, you know, green candle for money. But yeah, I'm happy I did this video. I could not think of something to do, but I was like, you know what? I want to do a video on tonight's conversations. Yeah, and I'm going to also start recording. I'm going to start posting like once a month. I'm not going to do once a week. I try to fit into my busy schedule, and it's become a lot. And then I'll be having to think about what am I going to talk about, what am I going to talk about. So at least a month, it'll give me a chance to, you know, figure out what I'm going to talk about. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please come back to She's Healing, okay? Please like and subscribe. This video is going to, I'm sure somebody's going to need to see this video. So the more you like, the more you subscribe, the more it's going to get out to, you know, to people who need this video, okay? Or who's going to need just my energy that day, all right? So I hope you guys have a good night, have a good morning, whatever time you see this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Also, I'm sending you guys love and light.